All right, y'all. It's another one. What DJ Khaled say? Another one. Another one. Well, guess what? It's another one. Now we get to, now think about what just happened in the earth, right? Our people just celebrated Thanksgiving, knowing damn well we got family. You understand that are connected to the Native Indian people here in America, right? It ain't a black person in the damn United States that you talk to them and be like, man, where you get that hair from? You know what they say? Oh, I got it because I got some Indian in me. Listen, the Native Americans, or the so-called Native Americans, we know them as the tribe of Gad here in the UPK. That's right. But the so-called Native American Indian is our blood. They are a blood family. Right. Give it up for the Lord. There is no difference. There's no difference. You understand? You look at every tribe. Every tribe got real light-skinned brothers and sisters and real dark-skinned brothers and sisters. It's the same with the Native American Indians. So don't look at the color. It ain't the color. It's what's in the blood. In the blood, they go back to Jacob. You understand? Jacob, you understand, whose name was changed to Israel. That's our forefather. I had to say that real quick because the earth just got through commemorating the genocide and the death and the robbery and the crime, the hate crime that was committed against the tribe of Gad, the North American Indians. Right. That was a crime. You understand? You stole this land. You understand? You put them in concentration camps and called them the reservations. Right. You understand? Also, you murdered them at the tune of 77 million. You murdered the Native American Indians at the tune of 77 million. And then you partook in a feast that our oppressor likes to call Thanksgiving. And of course, we say, oh, we just coming together for the family. Right. We're doing this for the family. Right. Because why? This is the days that our oppressor, who runs this nation, who runs this country, who runs the globe, you know what they say? Y'all can have the days off your slavery. You know you're a slave when somebody got to tell you that you got days off of work. Right. You know, back in Egypt, Moses went and he cried to Pharaoh, asking him to just let us go in the wilderness for a few days to serve our power. And he told him no. Why? Because we were slaves then and we're slaves today. Why is it that you cannot all come together as one, like in the UPK came together as one today to begin the feast of dedication to our temple? That's right. To the Most High. To rededicate our lives to the Most High. Why is it that you ain't able to come and do it? I'm going to tell you why. Because in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are free men and women. Damn That's right. Why. And in the earth, you are slaves. Right. And guess what you did? You went and dishonored the Native American Indians by eating that turkey, by eating this nasty cranberry sauce, and eating that dry-ass stuffing, and all of that sweet potato pie and mashed potato. Oh, I know. It was great, wasn't it? Well, you just ate a feast in commemoration to the murder of your brother. Right. That's what you did. Right. And that's disgusting. So disgusting. Well, today we're going to eat us a feast. That's right. Today we're going to eat us a feast the same way our oppressors ate them a feast, overcoming our own flesh and blood. Today we're going to eat a feast where blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians overcame the Greco-Roman Empire. Right. You understand? The oppressor, you know, today, the so-called white man, was in power and had us in subjection in the times that we're about to read about during the first and the second Maccabees, commonly known as the Hasmonean dynasty. You understand? When we were Hellenized, well, there was men who stood up, just like you standing up in the Israelite School of UPK. We stood up in garrisons and we fought against them. And we took that temple back. Same way we're doing today. We're taking our nation back. We're taking our identity back. You understand? That's right. So we're going to eat us a feast where they died. That's right. Yeah, they died. They died for us to get our temple back. That's right. We went to hand-to-hand combat. We went to warfare to rededicate the temple. And tonight is the feast of dedication. So not only do I want you to, when you listen to these stories and we break down these stories, I don't want you to just think about it when we took the temple in our history. This is real Black and Hispanic and Native Indian history. Not that garbage that America spoon feeds us every damn day to keep us slaves and docile, and they don't never want us to rile up. All you Gadites in the school today, I want to give y'all a hand. That's right. I'll tell y'all why. Not only do we got Gadite sisters out here, we got Gadite brothers, man. They're standing up, and they bringing they long hair back with them war braids. Right. You understand? The spirit is coming back on Gad, and whoever enlarged Gad will be blessed. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna make it my life's mission to make sure that we can do everything we can to go on these reservations and get these brothers up off of it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that land, you can give it up. You know what I'm saying? Give it up to the Lord, Most High Christ. Because that should be our mission, man, to save our people. You understand? So, with that being said, what that first scripture is,
let's go to First Maccabees, chapter 1. Let's go to verse 11.
All right. Try that. It was some courageous acts that happened. You understand? It was some. Let me get there with you. First Maccabees, chapter what?
Chapter 1, verse 11.
First Maccabees, chapter 1. Yes, verse 11. We got that picture up with Titus. Yeah, let's talk about this real quick. Because first of all, you got to understand, we're not a people that was meant to be in slavery. Right. We're not a people who was meant to work hard work and labor for a whole entire race that's not ours. Damn right. You understand? When we work, we're supposed to work to build up our kingdom. We're supposed to be working up to build up the nation of Israel's presence back into the earth as top nation, not equal to, not at the same pace, not beneath any other nation. Blacks, Hispanics, and so-called Native American Indians will run the earth again. Right. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, then you will see in the future. But there was a time in history where, let me make sure this is off. There's a lot of ding dings. All right. Don't sweat. We're going to go back in history. I'm sorry. First Maccabees 1 and 11 is where we're going. Right?
This is talking about the wicked man.
No sweat. No sweat. Now, check it out. There was a time, in I know where we at. There was a time in history, if you can see this right here. This is you looking at the Greeks, right? The Empire of Greece. Titus, his father Vespasian. We can show you. As a matter of fact, give me Babylon and Timbuktu. Somebody get that real quick. Somebody get that. Go to the page. Read that real quick. Let's get a little history real quick. All right, you can get that quickly. There was a time where they came and ransacked Jerusalem, and they put all Judea under subjection, the same way we're in subjection today, right? And what happened with that is they went into our temple. Not only did they kill over 2 million Jews, you understand, but and boy, we was in a bad shape. But they went in our temple and they took everything. You understand? Read that real quick.
Come. This is Babylon, Timbuktu, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
He did what?
Captured Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
They did what?
Put an end to the Jewish state.
You know, like you come and you destroy a country. That's what they did to us. Go ahead.
With great slaughter.
With what?
With great slaughter.
I mean, they came in and they didn't care how they got it. They came in and took it from us with murder and slaughter. It was war. Go ahead.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Oh yeah, just like they do today. The residue is what's left over. You understand? What's left over from the 77 million Native American Indians? What's left over from the 100 million Negroes during the transatlantic slave trade? What's left over from the tribes from North, Central, and South America, the Caribbean islands? What's left over they commit atrocities against.
Right.
Go ahead.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
And that's how you got us. That's how you got the majority of us coming on the transatlantic slave trade. That it on that?
Wow, says
Go ahead.
Fleeing from Roman persecution.
Doing what?
Fleeing from Roman persecution.
We used to run from being a slave. Nowadays, we invite it because it's so easy. They made being a slave feel so good. Go ahead.
And slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
The Jews have always been black.
That's right.
And when I say black, I mean not only just the skin color. Black, brown, you understand? Light skin, you got them light skin. That's not just what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the condition of a people now. You understand? So when you listen to these stories, I want you to understand the spirit behind them. And we're going to break the spirit down. So not only was it a historical event that happened and took place, but it was also something that made us black in our hearts, made us black in our minds. You understand? We became known as a black people. Why? Because we are always, when you go to a funeral, what do you wear? Black. We're in a state of mourning right now. You understand? As a whole. But guess what? We wasn't having that back then. They ransacked our Jerusalem, our holy city. And guess what? That's what they did. And there was people who stood up in courage. They wanted to take back what was ours. During the Hellenistic period, you couldn't speak Hebrew. You couldn't keep the law. You couldn't circumcise your children on the 8th day. You couldn't keep the high holy days. And that's why even when you read in the New Testament where Christ was talking about the Feast of Dedication, it's something that stuck with us. It was a monumental thing. Just like to America, Thanksgiving is a monumental thing. Today is our day to shine. We're going to shine tonight. All right? All right, let's begin. Now, before we even get to this, remember, every last one of our tribes has sellout Negroes. Every last one of them. From the tribes of the Native American Indians, for the tribes of the Negroes, for the tribes of the Hispanics, and the Caribbean islands, there's always a sellout Negro. Always a sellout one. Let's read about something real quick. That's how we lost the temple, because they come to your leaders first. Go ahead.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
What?
Wicked men.
Go ahead.
Who persuaded many.
Who did what?
Who persuaded many.
Go ahead.
Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let us go do what?
Make a covenant with the heathen.
You know, in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, the Lord commanded that we never make a covenant with these people.
Right.
So basically, you had sellout Negroes who wanted us to break the law. It's against our code.
Right.
This ain't how we live. We don't make covenants or compromise with heathens, man. Because when you do, you'll find yourself celebrating Thanksgiving.
Right.
You'll find yourself celebrating Christmas and all these other wicked ass holidays that they got us doing. You'll be starting, dang, you vain as hell. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. You know how many people die on their birthday? It ain't by coincidence. The Lord does not smile on these things. There's a feast day he loves, and that's tonight. Read.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
With the what?
With the heathen.
With the what?
With the heathen.
Non-Israelite people
that are round about us.
Go ahead.
For since we departed from them, we have much sorrow.
They saying, damn, we can't fight. Let's just join them. We can't beat them, join them. That's the mindset of a coward.
Right.
And here we don't think like that. We'll die before we taste defeat. And what's the type of defeat that we're talking about? You can give it to the Lord a hand. What's the type of defeat we're talking about? Where you're so defeated that you have to go against the laws, statutes, and commandments, which is our culture. That's black culture. Everybody always wanted to go back to your roots, right? Your roots didn't go with the African, the hard foot African that eat rhino tails. That's not where you come from. You don't come from that. You don't come from the Mongolian people. You're not a Mongoloid.
Right.
You don't come from none of that, man. You're not Spanish. All right? Your roots is this Bible, man. That's your history. That's where you come from. Your language is Hebrew. You understand? Shema Yasha Allah Hayana Yahweh Echad. That's your language, but you lost it. So, read.
Khan, verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant.
Go ahead.
And joined themselves to the heathen.
Man, we forsook this, man. And the moment that you forsake it, there's somebody that want to come and take it.
Right.
I.e. the Jewish man. The Jewish Edomite. You understand? Read.
And were sold to do mischief.
And do what?
And were sold to do mischief.
Go ahead.
Khan. Slacky. Ye many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols.
Man, we all consented to this, man. Same way we all consented. Ain't nobody holding no gun against your head telling you that you got to tell you. Telling you that you got to eat pork.
Right.
Who holding a gun in your head telling you got to eat pork? Who? Who holding the gun in your head telling you got to smoke weed? Who? Who telling you got to pop the pills and do other drugs? Nobody is making you do this, man. We read that again.
Khan. Ye many also of the Israelites consented.
You did what?
Consented.
You did what?
Consented.
Shalom, sir. You consented to this, man. Nobody making you be a whore. Nobody's making you strip. Nobody got you at gunpoint telling you that you have to sleep with your brother's wife.
Right.
Nobody's doing that. Go ahead.
To his religion and sacrifice unto idols.
Let me tell you something. The religion of the so-called white man, our oppressors, is Christianity, man. Right. Christianity, as you know it today, is not in the Bible.
Right.
It's not. Has nothing to do with the Bible. On the contrary, it has all to do with making you a slave. The God of the Bible does not love everybody.
Right.
The God of the Bible does not love the sinner and hate the sin.
Right.
The God of the Bible, that he does not give homosexuals rights.
Right.
You understand? He does not okay you to eat whatever you want to eat.
Right.
The God of the Bible is a man of war.
That's right.
That's why when you look at us, you see a man of war. And that scares America. That scares your oppressor. They do not want to see you out here looking like men of war with beards and long braids, dressed in the same garments that you used to wear when you went to war with them to get the temple back. This history you lost. They know it. They know what you used to look like. Why you think they made Allen Iverson cut his damn braids off? You look too much like your ancestors.
Right.
What you bring down is heavy because what they call that is looking like a thug or looking like a criminal.
Right.
You know, when actuality, you just looking like the Lord's people.
That's
That's
right.
all that it really is.
That's right.
You know?
Here's my hand. Why do you think one of the first things they did to the Native American Indians was cut their hair off? Why do you think that? Because the more they can strip your culture from you, the easier it is to make you assimilate. Go ahead, read on. On 1 second. Go ahead, sis. We're calling out the verse.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 43.
Go ahead.
And profaned the Sabbath.
Go ahead.
For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and cities of Judah.
Look, the king, Alexander the Greek, they call him Alexander the Great.
Right.
Alexander the Greek and all of his generals were the ones who were in power over us at this time. They sent letters saying what?
And sent letters unto the city of Jerusalem.
They sent letters to Jerusalem saying what?
That they should follow strange laws of the land.
That we must follow the laws of the land that are strange. What makes it strange is that it goes against our culture.
Right.
That's what makes it strange. It's strange for you to eat pork if you living in the law.
Right.
It's strange for you to be a homosexual if you living in the law.
Right.
It's strange for you to celebrate your birthday if you living in the law.
That's right.
It's strange to worship the stars, the trees, the sea, the water, the earth. You don't worship what you see was created. You worship the creator.
That's right.
No sweat. Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple.
And did what?
And forbid sacrifices.
That means you could not go and repent for breaking the law. They not only did they make you go to their law and their religion, they also made it to where you could not repent to the Lord for breaking the law.
Right.
Oh, you thought he wasn't cunning? What did the Lord say about Esau? He was a cunning hunter.
Right.
He know how to make you not go back to the Lord. He cut your way off back in the day. He said you couldn't even sacrifice into the Lord no more. The sacrifices was about your sins, to atone for your sins. Go ahead.
And that they should profane the Sabbaths.
Oh yeah, you should not keep the Sabbaths. What are the Sabbaths? The high holy days are the Sabbaths. You could not keep your culture. You couldn't keep your holy days. But then they give you Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
And festival days.
And what?
And festival days.
Like today. You couldn't come together. If we all in this room went and made a victory of war, and we turned it into a festival every year to commemorate what we did, we couldn't even keep that.
Right.
Go ahead.
And polluted the sanctuary of the holy people.
How do you pollute the sanctuary of the Lord? They was having sex in our temples, man. They was having sex. Naked bodies in our temples having sex, man. Bringing pork and sacrificing a damn pig on the holy altar of the Most High.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols.
They set up their altars. They set up their groves, and they set up their gods in our temple. So instead of having the cherubim, you understand, in the temple, they put a bull in the temple. You understand? They'll put a bull in the temple. They'll put an elephant in the temple. They'll put a monkey in the temple. You know, East Indians, they worship monkeys. Monkeys. And they stroking on the damn monkey on his secret parts. Yeah, that's what they do. I had a video of it. I hate to see it, but I got it just in case I have to battle one of them Gandhi people. If I gotta battle Gandhi, I'm gonna say, hey, Lamaki, pull a video out where they East Indians got the monkey and they stroking the monkey. And then this is what you decide to say. That's why COVID is relentless.
That's right.
You understand it? The Lord sent this out.
Damn right.
Go ahead, read.
And sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
Didn't I tell you? They bringing swines and ducks and what else they eat? Lobster. They eating lobster in the temple of the Lord. Shrimp in the temple of the Lord. Crab. Camel. Horses. You understand? They eating big boars. Yeah, that's not what we do up in here.
Right.
They eating bats. You know the coronavirus came from the bat, right?
Right.
Who eating the bats? Jackie Chan is eating bats.
Right.
Your favorite kung fu, Bruce Lee, what the all that? He eating bats. You understand? He'll kick you in the head, go home and eat a bat. You just lost a fight to a person that eat bats. That's shameful, man. Because back in the biblical days, we used to whoop them like it wasn't nothing. They come to you with all that. You like, all right, go ahead, do all your little watars and all that. Go ahead, handle that. As soon as you get close enough, you're dead.
That's right.
You lose the leg that you was kicking with. You lose the arm you was punching with, and you lose the head that told you to eat the damn bat. When you in the spirit of the Lord, you hardcore. Ain't nothing gonna move you or shake you. You understand? We was not in the spirit of the Lord in this time.
Right.
your black leaders and Hispanic and Native Indian leaders, they persuaded you to give up your culture.
Right. Right.
Read.
That they should leave also their children
Good
uncircumcised.
night. And now you're teaching your children not to keep the law. Does that sound like anything that you live in today? That's today. We don't know the law. We left the law, and then we take it and we take the sin that we living in, and we teach our children how to do it.
Right.
Go ahead.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Profanation. Go ahead.
To the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
Now, you ask a black man, Hispanic or Native Indian man, what their nationality is, they're going to tell you 7 different wrong answers. None of them right. Because you forgot who you are. You understand? Let me hand the class over to priest and captain of 13,000 Mama Quad.
You hurry up and get y'all, prepared to eat. Y'all know I'm be able to shit. We'll be eating at 9 o'clock around this motherfucker. We gonna break down every goddamn night. All right, what we at with?
First Maccabees.
Let me get a pocket for if I could. Let's go. Let's get it.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 49. That's where we at right now.
Who read?
Me, sir.
Okay. What all y'all went over so far? Just the stories?
Just the beginning.
This the one? Which one? Is this the one of the old man?
Not
We
yet.
ain't got that. We just breaking down how the evil Israelites.
We get awarded if I too, but for sure.
How
It's
the,
mine or yours? It's mine. Okay.
how the evil Israelites got together with the oppressors.
Okay.
So that we could confess ourselves to be Jews.
Most High Christ. Yeah, bring me that. I need that something. That one cup that's gonna help me get the Holy Spirit. That's not. It's gonna put more calories on me. That's why I can't fit my belt now. Don't bring me no more of this shit.
You want me to take that?
Huh?
You take that?
The strength. I need.
You take this, sir?
Is this the Holy Spirit?
Come on. You take this?
You can take that. My doctor told me leave that alone. I gotta listen to my doctor. All right, where we at?
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 49.
Okay, go ahead, get down. I'm from what? Go ahead. Go ahead, whoever read, go ahead, read, bro.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 49. To the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
Let's just make sure we touch on the key parts, all right? We ain't gonna read both chapters. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, read it again.
To the end.
We get a napkin if I could too old. Sure, go ahead.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 49. To the end that they might forget the law.
But they what?
That they might forget the law.
We done that here in America. Y'all know that. I was just bringing out. We ain't know nothing about the law. The law, you know what I'm saying, is what we are as a people. You know what I mean? We more than just great singers, the whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We more than just great singers and great athletes and great inventors. We invented damn near everything here in America, or whatever the case may be. Stoplight. I mean, all the way down to the smallest thing: the toothbrush, the toilet, the locomotive. We even behind the phone, heart surgery, going up to outer space. We didn't invent it and done everything to make this country great.
That's
But
right.
the number one thing that make us great is keeping our laws.
Right.
You
That's
understand
right.
the laws, statutes, and commandments, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Damn right. Well, how many of y'all this y'all first year that bypassed Thanksgiving? Raise your hand. It's your first year. Get a sister in. That's all I'm doing. I know a lot of y'all, it was real hard not to go over your family's house and eat that turkey and that nasty ass cranberry sauce. I don't like cranberry sauce. I don't like it. Yeah, it's there, but I know it was hard, but you did yourself a great service. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. You know what I mean? One thing that Commander General Hunter has done is he has united blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians from every coast. You understand? To where we one nation, no matter if you live on the West Coast, South, Midwest, East Coast, out of the country, one man, you know what I'm saying, then made everybody come together on the one accord, and that's what it's all about.
That's
having
right.
your own culture. You understand?
Yeah,
So
right.
that's it. Let's go.
And whosoever will not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
He said what?
He should die.
That's how these heathens are. When we say heathens, especially the so-called white man, he's a murderer. Right. And he's an expert at chess. He knows the way that you make a person as a slave is you take away their identity. Right. You take away their culture. We ain't stood for no goddamn Thanksgiving, man. Right. Thanksgiving, when you do the research, is about the murder of our Native American Indian brothers and sisters. Right. You can't make it out for what you want to make it out to. Right. You can't say it's because it's for the family. None of that bullshit and garbage. The Most High Power ain't trying to hit none of that. You're going to take your culture, you're going to accept it, or you're going to be put to death. Right. That's how the God up in heaven rolls. You see all the people that die? God controls life and death. So if God was just soft and just didn't care about how you lived your life, then it wouldn't be people that died horribly every day. Right. People die horribly every day because the Most High don't give a damn about your goddamn feelings, man. Right. Everybody understand? God pray you do. Christmas, this is a very demonic time coming up towards the end of the year. Thanksgiving is one demon you got to be. Then here comes the greatest demon of all next, Christmas. Oh, God. You understand? I ain't gonna expose one of my ribs, but it was hard to pull off that Christmas. You know what I'm saying? She want to wrap shit down. It's over, man. No Santa Claus, no nothing, man. No Rudolph flying in the stock. None of that shit, man. Right. If you want to give your gifts, kid, you give your kid. My kids get gifts all year. They got so many goddamn toys and stuff. It's insane. They don't need no more goddamn toys. It's okay. Your kids won't die if you can't give them a goddamn gift come December 25th, man. Right. Let's go.
Verse 56.
Let's go.
And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
They did what?
They burnt them with fire.
Keep going.
And whosoever was found with any book, it's like any of the book of the Testament, or if any committed.
What verse you at?
Verse 57, sir.
Go ahead.
And whosoever was found with any book of the Testament, or if any committed to the law.
You at chapter 1 and 57?
Sir.
Oh, I'm at 2. My bad. Go ahead.
And whosoever was found with any book of the Testament, or if any committed to the law.
Yeah, read that again.
And whosoever was found with the book of the Testament, or if any committed to the law.
Consented. They got committed on there. On here it's consented.
Okay. Or if any consented to the law, the king commandment was that they should put him to death.
They should what?
Put him to death.
Yeah, that sounds like slavery, don't it? You gotta remember doing slavery, you know what I'm saying? It was illegal for a black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian to be able to read. Right. Why? Because if you had the power to read, then you would be able to pick up the one book that is your culture. Us not being able to read is another piece in how you cut a people off. You understand? Let me tell you something. Small things like that is what you call terrorism at its finest. Right. You got all different type of terrorism. People take bombs, strap it to their body. But when you take we talking about 12 tribes here, man. This devil, the white man, has been able to cut off 12 tribes from who they are. Now you let that sink in for a minute. Do you understand what type of terrorism that is? To take a people to where they wake up in 2000 or 1960 or whatever, and they don't even know what their nationality is. Do you understand what type of intense terrorism that take? People getting their eyes burnt out, hung, put to death, and all these different things just so they wouldn't know who they are. Right. Let's go.
Verse 60. At which time, according to commandment, they put to death certain women.
They did what?
They put to death certain women.
All right, let's skip to the part where Mattathias and them stood up against this garbage here. Big up to the Maccabees brothers, man. That's what this is all about. You want to know what Hanukkah is about? It ain't what Jewish people taught you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Every day they trying to hang on to Christmas and give gifts every day and burn 9 candles instead of 7 and talk about they Jewish with they little Jewish chain on. I'm Jewish
Right.
and all that garbage. That's not what Hanukkah is about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just made a heavy point, Cat.
Yeah.
These Jewish people are really just competing with Christians.
Right.
That's all they're doing. It ain't got nothing to do with the Bible, nothing
Right.
to do with the history at all. They just compete.
They want to hang on to Christianity. You understand? When that's not what Hanukkah is about.
That's right.
Hanukkah is about, man, a bunch of niggas who band together and decided to stand up against the white man during that time.
Right.
That's what the feast of dedication of it is in the whole. A bunch of niggas with braids and afros who said, "Fuck the white man. We gonna go in this forest, gather ourselves together, come back and take our kingdom and live in peace and harmony."
Damn
You
right.
ain't living in peace and harmony in America. You understand? You on the Native American Indians, they on the reservations, they poor and they dying.
Right.
If you in the ghetto, black, Hispanic, you in the whatever you at, you know what I'm saying? You poor and you dying in this place slowly but surely. Everybody understand? Let's go.
First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 16.
Mhm.
And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together.
Mattathias and his who?
And also and his sons came together.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered the king's officer and said to Mattathias on the wise, thou art a ruler.
What?
Art a ruler.
So the king, this so-called Greek, correct? You understand? He recognized Mattathias was a ruler amongst the people. You know, this is a guy that was popular, you know what I'm saying, amongst the people, right? He came to him, read.
And an honorable and great man.
And
in
what?
An honorable and great man.
Man, listen, your reputation means something, man. You can see right here, even amongst the heathens, this man's reputation was honorable. Don't be like Martin Luther King.
Right.
You understand? Where you a fake ass leader, you know what I'm saying, acting like you the person that should lead black people. Meanwhile, you in hotel fucking white women, excuse my French. That's who Martin Luther King was. That's who you Negroes been crying crocodile tears over for 60 years. You've been crying over a nigga that loved white women more than he loved his own wife at home.
Right.
That's who he was. Everybody understand? He was dishonorable before the Most High power.
Yeah, right.
And that's why the Lord put that nigga to death, man.
Right.
And made that Uncle Tom nigga turn over in his goddamn grave, man.
Damn
Everybody
right.
understand?
Come on.
We about to show you he was a traitor to black people, man. We don't honor traitors. If the white man don't honor traitors, what make you think the Lord's army, we gonna honor a traitor? The
Right.
Chinese, they don't honor traitors. You understand? It ain't no nation on earth that give honor to the traitors of their own people but us. And you wonder why you in last place. You understand? You wonder why you on the bottom of these other nations.
Right.
Read.
Khan, an honorable and great man
Mm-hmm.
in this city,
Mm-hmm.
and strengthened with sons and brethren.
Strengthened with what?
Sons and brethren.
Mattathias had sons. He had, 6, 7 sons? And when it say brothers, meaning he had a bunch of niggas that believed in him in the road with him.
That's
You
right.
understand? Sort of like myself. Read on.
Khan. Now therefore came thou first
Mm-hmm.
and fulfilled the king's commandment.
Now do what?
Come thou first.
Because he was honorable and great, he wanted him to go eat this pig here. He wanted him to be the first one, you understand, to go against the Most High's law, to go against the law, statutes, commandment, and eat the pig. Show you how Esau worked. Esau know that the leader is how the people grow. You understand? That's why the Lord said we like a sheep led into the slaughter.
Right.
Whatever the leader is, that's who we gonna follow. Why you think even though Martin Luther King was dishonorable, the white man, he's such a devil. This devil was something else. All right? He know that Martin Luther King was dishonorable and traitor, but so what he do? Name 1,000 schools after this traitor.
Right.
Name 1,000 streets after a traitor, because he know that he was dishonorable. And Martin Luther King, once again, we bring out every day. You understand? He said out his own mouth. You do the research yourself. Google it. Google. He said he integrated his people into a burning house. That's what
right.
he said. Everybody understand? Read.
Khan, and fulfilled the king's commandment,
Mm-hmm.
like as all the heathens have done.
Like as what?
All the heathen have done.
All the heathens did give up their culture, sis.
Where
We
First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
The middle 18.
Yonderbar, go ahead.
Khan.
So read that part again.
Now therefore come thou first
Mm-hmm.
and fulfill the king's commandment.
Go ahead.
like as all the heathen,
Like it's what?
like as all the heathen.
Like, he's saying, listen, he want Israel, these Israelites to give up their culture like all the heathens have, meaning the Chinese, the Arabs, the Japanese, everybody at this time submitted, you know what I'm saying, to the white man's culture, sort of like you see it right now today. Right now today, you see Chinese and Japanese walking with suits and ties on. They gave up their royal robes for suits and ties to be like the so-called white man.
Right.
Same with the Arabs. Everybody has assimilated into the white man's culture, homosexuality. Now in certain countries, homosexuality is an acceptable lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, to other countries. You understand? But Mattathias, he wasn't like that. He wasn't willing to give up his culture. Read.
Khan, as all the heathen have done.
Go ahead.
Yea,
Mm-hmm.
and the men of Judah also,
Mm-hmm.
and such as remain in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends.
Now read that again.
And thy house be in the number of the king's
What
friends.
does that mean? Thy house shall be in the number of the king's friend. Who understand what this devil just told him? A warrior?
Khan, sir. He trying to say, like, you know, you're gonna be in good graces. You're gonna be like a friend to the king. You're gonna be like, you know, his number one button.
Give a warrior a hand. That's how they get you. Money. You understand? Riches, houses. All you gotta do is basically give up your culture. I'm gonna make you're gonna be a good friend to the king. And that's what a sellout is. Right. Is you selling out your people for a particular position with the so-called oppressor. You understand? For a numerous, listen, he got a numerous amount of money to give you. That's why he tell athletes, listen, this is what the Esau tell athletes, nigga, if you don't stand for that flag, you're gonna lose that $1 million.
Right.
And them niggas say, listen, I ain't want them to lose my meal, so they stand up like a good slave and salute a flag that they know has been murderous to their people. That is dishonorable before the Most High. And that's why you can see the Lord is killing these athletes. He's killing these rappers. The Lord told you to start in the last days, the stars ain't gonna give no light. You looking up to these people just because they can entertain well, like they the leaders of people. When the hell have entertainers been the leader of a goddamn nation? You understand? The leaders of the nation is supposed to be men of wisdom and knowledge, not because a nigga could take a basketball and put it in the hoop.
Right.
You niggas looking at Michael Jordan like he God. I mean, come on, man. Read on.
Khan, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
What verse you at?
Verse 18, end of 18, sir.
Okay, 2 and 18.
Khan.
Go ahead.
Verse 19 now.
No, don't sweat.
Khan. Then
So let's hear what Mattathias had to say to this devil. Okay.
Khan.
Read.
First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
Oh, he spoke with power. He wasn't speaking like no Christian pastor, all low and all that. Read on.
Thou, all the nations that are under the king's dominion, obey him.
All the what?
Thou and all the nations that are under the king's dominion, obey him.
Oh, Mattathias say, listen, I know all these nations, they obey you and they under your command. I understand that. Read.
And fall away every one from the religion of their fathers.
And they do what?
Fall away every one of them the religions of their fathers.
They under your authority. They left their culture to assimilate to yours. Read.
And give consent to his commandments.
And do what?
Give consent to his commandments.
Listen, they give consent to the commandment. The Chinese have joined you. You understand? The Arabs have joined you. The Africans have joined you.
Right.
You understand? The East Indians have joined you.
Right.
The Hawaiians have joined you. Read.
Yet will I and my son and brethren walk in the covenant of our father.
Read that again.
Yet will I and my sons and my brothers.
Yeah, will I and the what?
And my sons and my brethren.
And my what?
And my brethren.
Read.
Walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Yeah, we do what?
Walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Get Mattathias a hand.
Yeah,
That's a man of honor. He say, I know all these heathens, they didn't got up under you. They following your ways, but my sons and my brethren, we gonna follow the ways of the Most High.
That's right.
We're gonna hold on to these commandments.
Right.
Instead of our women, you know what I'm saying,
being in the strip club and being nasty whores, they gonna learn what it is to put on the head wrap and a dress and be an honorable one.
Damn
Instead of our sons growing up and selling drugs to kill their own people, they gonna learn and take them drugs and become real doctors. Become a real doctor. You don't want to sell drugs. Okay, get into medicine. You understand? Instead of us murdering one another, we gonna know what it is to love one another, man. We're gonna hold on to our feast days, our culture, our garments, everything that the law, statutes, and commandments make to provide for us. We're gonna hold on to that. Read on.
God forbid.
God what?
God forbid.
Listen, hell no. Read.
That we should forsake the law.
That we what?
That we should forsake the law.
Go ahead.
And the ordinance.
And the what?
And the ordinance.
There's a hardcore brother here, man. Read on.
We will not hearken to the king's words.
Man, we ain't listening to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if I could translate better, it was a F-U-C-K. You know what I'm saying? But the brothers, they got this sign right here on this table that say, "Please watch your language, Captain Mawakwa." Okay, so if I don't watch my language, I'm going to get chastised by Ryan DA in the back. Y'all don't know I'm over them, but they chastise me. You understand? You got to stop, Cap. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
We will not hearken to the king's words.
We what?
We will not hearken to the king's words.
Read on.
To go from our religion.
To do what?
To go from our religion.
It's got the word religion in there, but our culture. We're not gonna leave our culture to follow yours.
Right.
You understand? We ain't gonna celebrate no Thanksgiving and not celebrate the Feast of Dedication.
Right.
You get my point? We ain't gonna leave. We ain't gonna celebrate Christmas and not celebrate the Passover.
Right.
I don't even understand what's the issue of when you find out the truth. Why would you want to celebrate Christmas, you know what I'm saying, and not the Passover when the Passover actually means more than what the hell Christmas means?
Right.
Eggnog, okay? You telling your children until they get a certain age, then when they reach a certain age, you're gonna tell, oh yeah, Santa Claus ain't real. Then black women, I got to get on you sisters. You got the nerve to get mad, you know what I'm saying, when somebody tell them that Santa Claus ain't real.
Right.
He ain't. But why would you tell him that? He ain't. Man, come on, man. Ain't no fat white man riding no sky coming down eating no cookies and taking no gifts, living you gifts at night. He ain't doing that.
Right.
Your parents behind the damn gifts. Right. You understand? Then you got that big tree in the house. You understand? The tree shedding all over the goddamn floor and all that. You putting balls on it. You so stupid. You don't even realize you worshiping a damn tree.
Right.
You go ask the average black person right now, well, why you put that tree in your house during Christmas? They can't even tell you. Right. I don't know. You a slave.
Right.
You a slave.
That's right.
And here's what I'm here to tell you. The most high power now in these last days, because we in the last days, you better believe it. He does not want you to be a slave no more.
Right.
You understand? When I say a slave mentally, the white man took the chains off of you doing slavery the same way when you train a dog by keeping chains on it. Them chains make the dog or the animal feel like you're stronger than the animal when you're not, but it's all mental. The white man took the chains and what did he leave? Your mental. So now you just do things without knowing, celebrating Thanksgiving, celebrating Christmas. And not one time have you said, what culture do we have?
Right.
What is it that the white man took from us when we got off them boats during slavery? What did he take from us, man? You understand? Read on.
Either on the right hand or the left.
That's right. Go ahead.
Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar.
You see that? And while he's standing up being brave, here come my Uncle Tom. You Uncle Tom, man, I'll tell you, man. Read that part again.
Now, when he had left speaking these words,
now as he just spoke these words to this devil, read.
There came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar.
Now here's the scenario. Here's this black man standing up against a white man. He just made a great speech that should have everybody pumped up and with the Holy Spirit. Here comes some Uncle Tom nigga galloping on a horse to go on the altar and eat the pig anyway. Right. That's your people. You understand? That's why we're in the predicament that we in right now, because you always got some sellout that want to go against the ways of the Most High. You understand? I will on.
Slightly, sir, if I could, that
Go ahead.
reminds me of a camp scenario. You know, when you blazing on somebody at camp, and
Yeah.
then here comes a black woman trying to take.
Oh yeah, you remember that? Well, it happened with General Mayak first. No, General Muhammad, right? He on that blazing on the video, and here comes some black girl to grab the white girl head. Come on, Sarah. Come on. White girl crying, ready to submit, ready to kiss the boot. Here comes some nigga woman to grab her by the head. Then it happened with me in Chicago. I'm blazing, the white girl in tears. Here comes some black woman again. Come on, it's all right. And so you right on point with that. You understand? Read on.
Khan, which was at Moden,
Mm-hmm.
according to the king's commandment.
So as this cat, this Uncle Tom, he gonna make the white man love him. That's what it's all. That's what really this society is all about. You know what I'm saying? You a nigga trying to prove, you know what I'm saying, why the white man should love him. That's what our whole time been here in America. Us trying to prove, you know what I'm saying, to the white man that we a good slave. We want to be part of America. Okay. What would your forefathers think about that? That's what you got to ask yourself. What would the mothers all think about all the black women that was raped during slavery? Right. What would they think about you celebrating Christmas? When during Christmas, you know what I'm saying, they was coming over on boats and getting their baby snatched from them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you black women need them children, you know what I'm saying, taken away from you so you can see how sisters felt back then. Right. You get my point? Maybe you need a white man need to walk in your house and rape you in front of your goddamn husband so you can see what that feel. What would your ancestors think about you celebrating Thanksgiving? They would fold up. Read,
Khan. Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Which thing when Mattathias saw?
So Mattathias seen his Uncle Tom. Read.
He was inflamed with zeal.
He was what?
Inflamed with zeal.
He was mad in the MF. I'm trying to translate it for you so you can understand. Okay, go ahead.
And his reins trembled.
And his what?
His reins trembled.
Go ahead.
Neither could he forbear to show his anger.
Neither could he what?
Forbear to show his anger.
Y'all understand that, right? This brother here could not hold back how angry he was. Read on.
According to judgment.
According to what?
According to judgment.
Meaning this anger that he had was right. You know, a lot of people, you get raised up in America, you think it's wrong for a black man to get angry. You know what I'm saying? The minute a black man get angry, you know what it's time to do, right? 911. Then you know what's going on now though. You black woman calling the police and the police get there and shoot you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like Jenny Johanna said a long time ago, 911 in a minute gonna be out of order.
Right.
If you want help, guess who you gonna have to call? Black men. If you need assistance, who you gonna have to call? Hispanic men. If you need anything, who you gonna have to call? Native American men. Yeah, 911 gonna be in the garbage where it belongs. How in the hell you gonna call the devil? You think the devil gonna sort out your situation? Are you insane? Let's go. I'll read on.
Khan. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
He did what?
He ran. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
You see these big swords we got on the wall? These swords, you know what I'm saying, they commemorative or whatever, but them swords is meant for killing.
Right.
Okay, these men that you see sitting here, they being trained right now in Hebrew Academy not to be great singers. Okay, we ain't doing that at the Hebrew Academy. We ain't teaching them how to dribble a basketball or none of that. We training these brothers how to be able to kill.
Right.
Damn right.
Okay, because that's how you have a strong nation. Is when your nation need defending, you need men that's gonna go and kill and protect the women and children and the old. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not men that's gonna say, all right, get what's that white reverend out here in Chicago? What's his name?
Father something.
Father Flake. Right. Yo, this is what your leaders do.
Look,
Go ahead.
He got caught. He got caught with the child molester thing.
Damn, come on. Man.
Yeah,
you think I'm shocked? Father Flake is a molester. Okay. Your preacher who you grew up with is a nasty molester. Okay. He done slept with half the people in the church.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to get you far off topic, but anyway. You know, your leaders, this is what your leaders, instead of fighting, you know what they want to do? They want to hold hands with the oppressors and march up and down the street talking about we shall overcome one day. That's what they want to do, march instead of going to war. You got to go to war. Black people, I hate to tell you. I know you want to evade warfare, but how we gonna ever advance as a nation if we don't prepare our men for warfare? Somebody got to die. Some of us is gonna have to die in order for our people to advance.
Damn right.
Right?
Every nation's supposed to learn to
Go ahead.
say every nation's built by warfare.
Yeah.
Every nation.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, that's how America was built.
Damn right. Damn right. Listen, America was built. Yeah, America, damn right. And the one thing about the white man, he lets you know about all his past wars, all the people that died. He got memorials, you know what I'm saying, with all the names of the people that died in order for them to be able to build their country. Right. Well, how you think the kingdom of heaven is going to get built for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? You got to have men that's willing to die. That's willing to stand on the front line. We don't need women to do that.
Right.
White man so damn dumb. Now he putting women, you know what I'm saying, in the damn military. Now you got women running. They got a damn 100-pound pack running with a gun that weighs 75 pounds, knowing they about to pass out. Breast jumping every goddamn where. Behind as big as I don't know what, and you running it through sand. I mean, come on. That behind need to be home making babies. Lock it, but that's a whole nother topic. Let me stay focused on what's going on here. Go ahead.
Second
I'm
Maccabees.
just saying. Go ahead.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18. Eleazar.
So he killed this traitor. Go ahead.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18. Eleazar, one of the Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18.
So we're in chapter 6 now. We was in chapter 2.
Allah, you got it?
Second Maccabees. This we just jumped out of first Maccabees. Now we going to second Maccabees. All right.
Second Maccabees.
Yeah, it's all good. So now we about to run y'all through, you know what I'm saying, what happened. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna speed y'all along. The Maccabees brothers had to go into the wilderness, you know what I'm saying, to gather themselves together. But while they went into the wilderness, we're gonna read to you what happened to the people, you know what I'm saying, during the time when because the Greeks had took over our land, took over our city. And we're gonna read to you what happened. So kind of bring y'all up to par what's going on. Go ahead. Time, yeah, no doubt.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18.
Go ahead.
Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
To eat what?
Swine's flesh.
Listen, if you do your research on when the slaves was first brought to America, when you do your research, they was forced to eat pig. Yes, they say like this right here happened before. We reading happened before slavery. But when you do your research, you know what I'm saying, the slaves was forced to eat pig. I remember hearing that in class, and I'm sitting thinking to myself, well, why would somebody get the force to eat pig? You know what I'm saying? When I go home, I got salami, I got bologna in the refrigerator. Right. Ain't no problem with me boiling none of these pork hot dogs. Why was they forced to do that? Because these people who they had brought on to slavery was the real Jews that the Bible speaks. That's right.
Yeah. If I could, the Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying, they didn't eat pig either because the pig was not even native to America. Damn they came over here with the Spanish.
Yeah, they had to bring the pigs over there. Go ahead, Ward.
The main bullet was buffalo.
Buffalo, damn right, give it up. Damn right. And if I could, I'm coming to my yard. I don't know if y'all ever had buffalo, but that is some good quality meat. Yes, I just put some on the grill the other day. They was called bison dogs. You know what I'm saying? I got that from Lamont. They used to bring me bison every time after work. You know what I'm saying? My rib, I bring the bison home. My rib was just, hoping to get a piece. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta hide the food from the ribs. You ain't eating this here. You know what I'm saying? I got this tucked to the side. Is it sweet? I'm dead serious. I know it's funny, but I'm being dead serious. I had as much shit. Oh, yeah.
Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 19.
Go ahead.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously.
Choosing to what?
Die.
Go ahead.
Gloriously.
Die what?
Gloriously.
Everybody gonna die. Everybody in here living right now, but we all gonna die. Some people die, you know what I'm saying, dishonorable deaths.
Right.
A drug overdose, that's a dishonorable death. Getting
Right.
shot, you know what I'm saying, from another, you both of y'all criminals, and you die by getting shot by another criminal. That's a dishonorable death.
Right.
But some deaths are glorious, man.
Right.
Some death, what's a glorious death? Dying for your defending your people.
Damn
Dying
right.
for defending your nation. That's what a glory. You don't die one day. Hell, you might as well make it honorable. Everybody understand? Don't let it be a death of you dying from, you know, the doctor tell you, you know what I mean, you got to lose weight and you got to eat the right foods. That's a dishonorable death if you don't obey. You know what I'm saying? Or you die of death from catching AIDS. You know what I'm saying? From sleeping with the same sex. That's a dishonorable. This deaths that you can take that's dishonorable.
Right.
You shouldn't want none of those. Everybody understand?
Come.
We don't.
Then to live stained with such an abomination.
Read that part. What verse you at?
Verse 19, sir.
Okay, read that one more time.
2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 19.
Go ahead.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously.
This is an old man here. This is an old man, old age. He want to die a glorious death. Read.
Then to live stained with such an abomination.
With what?
With such an abomination.
What does that mean? Go ahead.
Like I said, with such like a bad reputation, a stain, you know, just like a bad, like you know, how I want to say it, you know, like dishonor,
It's
like,
a stained reputation, meaning instead of you having a solid reputation, this man had a solid reputation with his people, keeping the law or whatever. He didn't want to die with a reputation where he went up and ate some pork because he was forced to.
Right.
He'd rather die than do that. And then what y'all don't know is so many of our people, you know what I'm saying, got killed during slavery because they ain't eat the pork. You understand? They ain't allowed a slave master to come in and rape their woman and say, you know, oh, well, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? They died for that. That's something to die for. You ain't coming in and raping my woman and we just ain't okay. Right. That ain't gonna happen.
Damn right.
Go ahead, boy.
If I could, that remind me of one of my favorite passages in the scriptures in the Maccabees too. The woman with the 7 sons.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the sister in the 7. That was a bad broad there, man. You understand? Damn right. Any woman that puts 7 nappy head Negroes, now let me stop. Go ahead.
Then to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth.
He did what?
Spit it forth.
So they tried to feed him the pork. He spit it out his mouth. Read.
And came of his own accord to the torment.
He did what?
Came of his own accord to the torment.
So they tried to force this pork in his mouth. He spit the pork out. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have to force him to get killed. This man walked to the torment.
Damn
You
right.
understand? Get Elijah, man. That's an honorable man. I can almost guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, because of my understanding in the Bible, that Elijah's here with us today.
Damn
You
right.
understand? The mother of the 7 sons, she's here with us today. The 7 sons, they here with us today. Peter, Paul, they here with us today. Everybody that died, you know what I'm saying, for the Most High, they here with us today. Mary and the rest of them women that roll with, that's what y'all don't know. When Christ was on the scene, the number one people that helped Christ was women, man. They wasn't sitting there talking about, oh, we ain't want to roll with Christ because he teach that you can have more than one wife.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead,
That's make you think about like the downfall of the so-called Spanish people.
Yeah. Speak louder so they can hear you.
The arrival of the Spaniards.
Yeah.
You know, they submit us down by killing us, not accepting, you know, their religion.
Right.
And doing, you know, their abomination like he's talking about, like eating swine, you know, some unknown food to us.
Damn right.
Which is against the law, sir.
Damn, most side, get that brother a hand. That's right. Yeah, that's a badass garment. Stand up one more time, out. You know, let me see that garment one more time. Stand up. Get that powerful warrior hand, man. That's hardcore right there. Appreciate it, man. Let's go.
God, as it behooves them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things.
Drop that. Let's get to the story of the 7 brothers.
Roman.
So like I was gonna say before we get off this is a heavy scripture because like he was bringing up earlier about Martin Luther King, and he even admitted or having his own mission to walking his people into a burning building or a burning house.
Yeah,
this is a brother who used himself his own life and walk his people out of a burning house, or using his story to try to get the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to today out of a burning pit.
Man, give him a hand, man. Listen, because by this brother right here dying like that, he showed the people that he died in front of that you should have integrity and honor. You get one point? Like that's what we got to have, you know what I'm saying, as a nation, is we got to have integrity and we got to be honorable, man. We got to listen. If we gonna die, listen, let's die, you know what I'm saying, holding on to our culture. Everybody understand? I think what you don't understand is the most high power that's up in heaven, he don't want us to die. You know what I'm saying? So we hold on to our culture, we not gonna die. The Lord is gonna be with us and he gonna continue to play. Y'all don't understand. The white man is in his judgment, man.
That's right.
This man got a horrible day. Ain't gonna be nobody. Listen, in the kingdom of heaven, nobody gonna be singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, had a very shiny nose. Nobody gonna be doing that. There ain't gonna be no Easter in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Everybody understand? When you get a gift in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna get a gift because you earn a gift, not because it's the holiday. A lot of you kids getting gifts to these kids, and they need their ass whipped. You giving gifts to some brat that don't even deserve a damn gift because it's they've been got D's and F all year. Been, you know what I'm saying, kicked out of preschool, bad as I don't know what. Here you come on December 25th. So I'm like, yeah, go under the tree and get your gifts. Like if you gonna give a gift is for, once again, somebody who earned it. Even a man, you buying your gifts to a woman that disrespect you every day. Like you brothers in the world, I hate to be you, because you brothers in the world, you land 9 times out of 10, you land next to a woman that is your enemy, man. How do you know? Go tell that black woman you ain't celebrate Christmas and watch how she come up against you. Because coming up, what you don't understand is that when you come up against Christmas, you coming up against that white man.
Right.
And that black woman instinctively know that this is the white man's kingdom and you under her foot, you under his foot. Right. You understand? And so she want to do what master say.
Right.
Everybody understand? But if you are a man, you got to be willing. Well, listen, I don't give a damn. We ain't no Christmas here. You get everybody understand? This year we ain't doing no. Now she come up against you. Man, listen, if the home belong to you, she got to get out. If the loan belong to her, then you get out. You come here. We got brother. You can stay with her. You understand? We got somewhere for you to stay here. You ain't got to bow down to no woman when you come up in the truth. I pray you understand. Everybody understand? All right, let's go.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 verse 1.
Let's get it.
Akim Aqua got it.
Give me a time check. We about to wrap this up. This is the last story here. All right, let's go.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken.
7 what?
7 brethren with their mother were taken.
Now these are another about people that's about to get tortured. Let's go.
And compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
To do what?
To taste swine's flesh.
They was offered a big ham. That big ham y'all eat on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? The king told them, come on, get you a slice of that ham. You understand? And it's bigger than the ham, man. This is what your oppressor wants you to get rid of your culture. It ain't even the pig that ain't even the issue. The whole point of it is he wants you to go against something that's a part of your culture.
Right.
He wants you to do what? Go against your God.
Right.
You understand? It's a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? The white man that run this country he knows that you the real Jews and the Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Out of Israel. You don't think he know that? He know that. But he also know, you know what I'm saying, that if they get us to go against our God, that our God is not going to be with us.
Right.
And if our God ain't with us, that means that we're going to allow this devil to rule for another 1,000 years.
That's right.
Now, who in the hell want to sit in this kingdom, you know what I'm saying, and have to pay high-ass rent, work these jobs all day and night, you know what I'm saying, don't own no land, don't own nothing, you know, continue to get locked up in prison at an alarming rate? Who in the hell want to live in this kingdom for another 1,000 years?
Right.
You know, come on, man. Let's go.
And were tormented.
They was what?
Tormented.
Go ahead.
With scourges and whips.
So they was tormented with scourges and whip. You know, just like the slaves got whipped, our people got whipped back then. It ain't nothing new. What happened in slavery happened in the past. It ain't nothing new. Read.
But one of them spake first.
One of the sons. Now these boys' head was raised real well. You're about to find out. Okay, read on.
But one of them spake first, said thus, what wouldest thou ask of ask or learn of us? We are ready to die.
We are what?
We are ready to die.
We are what?
We are ready to die.
The young brother stepped up first. One of the sons stepped up first and said, we are ready to die. Read.
Rather than to transgress the law of our fathers.
Rather than do what?
Transgress the law of our fathers.
Get his brother a hand. Yeah, the scriptures say, train up thy child in the way that they should go, and they had never depart. You know what I'm saying? Now, in this story here, the mother is mentioned and the 7 sons is mentioned. I don't know what happened to the father, you know what I'm saying? But I would imagine he was involved somehow, some way. Yeah, everybody understand? Yeah.
Nigga probably died standing up against.
They probably was rolling with Matthias and them in the wilderness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? All right. But these cats was raised well. You about to find out. Let's go.
Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
Imagine a big pan for a human body to be able to fit in. Okay, that's what these Greeks did. They took a big imagine a big frying pan for a human body to be able to fit in. Go ahead, brother.
So like, sir, this also under Alexander the Greek rulership.
I believe
Antiochus.
Antiochus Epiphanes. You understand? Go ahead, dear.
I was just about to say, Alexander had just died.
Yeah.
So this is when they was split. They split Alexander's
in
kingdom
seven pieces. You know what I'm saying? So this was under Antiochus Epiphanes. Once again, you can look this cat up. People tell you, oh, the Bible ain't real. It's made up. Well, go look up Antiochus Epiphanes. Right. And he's written in Greek culture.
Right.
Who else is written in the Apocrypha? Cleopatra.
Right.
You understand? Alexander the Great. This because once again, the Bible is a history book.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
He did what?
Commanded the tongue of him He commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
Read on, so he could cut his brother's tongue out. Read on.
And to cut off the uttermost parts of his body.
His feet, his hands, his arms. That sound familiar? Slavery. You understand? You getting your limbs cut off, you know what I'm saying? Castration. This ain't, once again, this is nothing new. Read.
The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
Now, his mother is watching this. Now, she got 7 boys. You know how women feel about their babies now. The whole son could be 30 years old. That's still a baby. You know what I'm saying? And for this woman to watch her 7 sons die, she epitomized what the truth is all about. This sister was one West. Ain't no other way to put it. This sister was one West. Let's go.
Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members.
What verse you at?
Verse 5, sir. He commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire.
So he had his limbs cut off and all that, and the king said, "Now bring him on to the fire." Read.
And to be fried in the pan.
And to do what?
To be fried in the pan.
Read on.
And as the vapors of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully.
To do what?
To die manfully.
To do what?
To die manfully.
Explain what? Can somebody explain what happened right here? How you say your name again, brother? Lacombe.
The other brother and their mother was cheering him on to stand for the Most High and the laws of the Lord.
No, not cheering him on, meaning, Maya.
So like you said, when they witnessed his death, they looked at each other and they promised themselves to face their own deaths like a man and not
Get it,
not
brother, get it. Yeah. Listen, you know that the mama was a G, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She, once again, you know how a woman feel about her children. You know what I'm saying? While her son is frying in the pan, now one son dying. The rest of the sons, her 6 sons, they all looking, talking to each other, saying, "Listen, let's be prepared to die like he did." Everybody understand?
Damn right.
Yeah.
And then like they were like, man, we can't just let him die like this. He can't get all the glory.
Damn right. You know what I'm
We got
saying?
to do it too.
Let's
Damn
go.
right.
You know you get your arms and feet cut off. I imagine that hurt. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want mine cut off. That's some pain there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, what?
I say, so like I said, not only that, he was still alive and they threw him in the pot.
Yeah. That's how Esau do. That's torture at its finest. Yeah.
One thing I can say, you know what I'm saying, just watching Esau and his movies that he make, he hate when somebody he torturing is above the torture.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? Like when they welcome that torture and they stand above that, he hate that.
Damn
You
right.
know what I'm saying? That's
Damn
one of
right.
his fears, for you to be able to stand up and say, okay, well, let's go. I mean, what is you going to do? Kill me?
Right.
You know what I'm
Real
saying? He
talk.
hate that.
Damn right. Real talk. Let's go.
Come on,
You know, let's go.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord God looketh upon us,
Mm-hmm.
and in truth have comforted us.
Mhm.
It's like have comfort in us,
Mm-hmm.
as Moses in his song.
That's who?
As Moses in his
Who
song.
was Moses, a so-called Haitian? Y'all look at the Haitian people and think, you know, that they the worst thing in the earth. Meanwhile, the Haitian people are royalty, man.
That's right.
Damn right.
And the whole earth, what you think the last days is about? The last days is about the whole earth finding out that the Haitian people who over there eating mud pies are the chosen people.
That's
Damn
right.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the last days is about. The last days is about, you know what I'm saying, the whole entire earth finding out that niggas in America is God's chosen people.
Right.
Right.
What's the last days about? Everybody finding out that Gadites, North American Indians, is God's chosen people.
That's right.
Mexicans, God's chosen people.
That's right.
Jamaicans, God's chosen people.
Damn right.
The whole earth gonna find out, and brother, when they find out, it's gonna be worse than any horror movie that you could ever imagine.
Right.
Read.
Damn right, sir.
Come on, which witnesses, which witness to their faces declare, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servant.
Let's go.
Verse 7. So when the first was dead, after this number,
Mm-hmm.
they brought the
After
second.
this what?
After this number,
Manner. The head say manner. After this manner.
after this manner,
Mm-hmm.
they brought the second to make him a mocking
So now they
stock.
bring the second son. Read on.
And when when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair,
With the what?
with the
What
hair,
did they do to him here? My eye.
Like I said, they scalped them.
Scalped him. You ever heard of scalping? That's what scalping is. They just scalped the brother. Read.
they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
Listen, before we cut off every member, your hands and feet, you know what I'm saying? Will you eat this pork? Read.
But he answered in his own language
In Hebrew. Go ahead.
and said,
And-
no.
And what?
And said, no.
In the Hebrew. Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Read on.
Wherefore he also received the next torment in order.
He did what?
He received the next torment in order,
The same torment that his brother got, he got. Read.
as the former did.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. And when he was at last gasped,
When he was at his last breath. Read.
he said,
Mm-hmm.
thou like a fury takest us out of this present life.
Yeah, I'm dying right now. Read.
But the king of the
The
world,
what?
but the king of the world
Read on.
shall raise us up,
Shall do what?
shall raise us up,
Read.
who have died for his law,
Shall have did what?
died for his law
Read on.
unto everlasting life.
Get it, brother. You understand? He spoke about Christ before Christ even came. Because this was before Jesus Christ was born.
Right.
That's what you don't know. He knew that it was gonna be some nigga that came and died for the rest of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Everybody understand? You know?
Verse 10.
Go ahead.
After him was the third made a mocking stock.
Now, they didn't kill 2 sons, they bring 1 more son. Let's go.
And when he was required,
Mm-hmm.
he put out his tongue.
He did what?
He put out his
Yeah,
tongue.
he put out his tongue willfully. I know you're gonna cut it off. I'm ahead. Go ahead. He was some strong cats here, man. This would like let this when you read this story, understand like this is a big difference from a child that's raised in America to a child that's raised with the law of statutes and commandments.
Damn right.
A child that's raised with the law of statutes and commandments is gonna be stronger than what your child is who raised up under the laws of America.
Right.
Your child that's raised up with the laws of America is a punk. You see what I'm saying? He's standing up, saluting the flag. He love America. He could be big and strong as he want. He ain't gonna die for his people, man. He ain't gonna stand up for his people. But your son that get raised with these laws and they get taught that the white man is the devil, that's a child that's gonna stand for his people.
I'm right.
Read on.
Makan, he put out his tongue.
Mm-hmm. Where you know what verse you at?
Verse 10, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully.
He did what?
Holding forth his hands manfully.
Put out his hands as well. He know they getting chopped off. Read.
And said courageously.
And said what?
Courageously.
Go ahead.
These I hear from heaven.
These hands. Read.
And for his laws I despise them.
And for what?
His laws I despise
What did
them.
you just say? Who knows? Yeah.
He said, listen, the Lord gave me these hands. I don't even want them.
Yeah.
I hate them.
When it comes to
God.
Yeah, when it comes to the laws, statutes, and commandments, these hands that's been given to me, I hate them. Read.
And from him I hope to receive them again.
And he said, what?
I hope to receive them again.
What does this young child understand? Kayash? Read, get Kayash. You coming back in the earth.
That's right.
You've been here a numerous amount of time, but the Bible says you just don't remember your past life. But you coming back in the earth. You know, this is where judgment takes place. Whatever you do in this present life here, the Most High going to judge you. That's why people born blind, they're being judged. You born in the ghetto, you're being judged. You born in slavery, you're being judged. Why is a child born in slavery? Why is a child born with riches? One child is born in riches, one child is born in slavery. That child is born to slavery because the Lord knew that he was going to have to punish that child by being born a slave. Some children is born to 2 parents who crackheads. Why that child? Why is this child born to 2 crackheads and you born to parents who they ain't crackheads? You know, they just smoke a little weed, but they still drug addicts though. They ain't as bad as crackheads though, but they drug addicts. Why is one with the other? Because this is the way you get judged at. Everybody understand? Let's go.
It's verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And so much that the king and they that were with him marvel at the young man's courage.
Yeah, y'all gotta understand, these was babies, man. These was kids. These were no grown men. These was teenagers and down. You understand? The king was amazed at these young boys' courage. Read.
For that he nothing regarded the pain.
He what?
For that he nothing regarded the pain.
Read on.
Now, when this man was dead also,
mm-hmm.
they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner.
So they killed the fourth brother in like manner. Read on. Let's go, boy.
So when he was ready to die, he
mm-hmm.
said thus,
mm-hmm.
It is good being put to death by men.
It is what?
It is good put to death by men
mm-hmm.
to look for hope from God
mm-hmm.
to be raised up again by him.
Go ahead.
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
And thou shalt what?
Have no resurrection to life.
Get his sons in here, man. Got to go get seven sons, man. See if it was me. Go ahead.
Got him a
Go
con.
ahead, bro.
Afterward,
Go ahead.
Afterward,
mm-hmm.
they brought the fifth also.
Now we at the fifth son.
And mangled him.
And did what?
And mangled him.
Go ahead.
Then looked he unto the king
mm-hmm.
and said, Thou hast power over men.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art corruptible.
Mm-hmm.
Thou doest what thou wilt.
Thou doest what thou wilt. Go ahead.
Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God.
Think what?
Not that our nation is forsaken of God.
Everybody understands that.
Read on.
But abide a while
mm-hmm.
and behold his great power.
Mm-hmm.
How he will torment thee and thy seed.
He will torment me then what?
thee and thy
This
seed.
brother here was educated. You understand? He, you know what he just said? Isaiah 14:21. You gonna be tormented, and the children that come from your bloodline gonna be tormented as well.
That's right.
Read on.
After him also they brought the six,
Mm-hmm.
who being ready to die said.
Now they had the sixth son. Now, mind you, the mother's still alive. She didn't watch 6 of her babies die. You understand? And so now we at the sixth one. Go ahead.
Being not deceived without cause.
The sixth one, this is what the sixth one said. Read.
For we suffer these things for ourselves.
We do what?
We suffer these things for ourselves.
We suffer in slavery. We brought this on ourselves. Read.
Having sinned against our power.
Having what?
Sinned against our God.
Everybody understand.
That's right.
When you celebrate these holidays, you sin it. Christmas is a sin.
That's right.
According to the Bible. I hate to tell you. I'm coming to you, dear. Thanksgiving is if you sat down and ate Thanksgiving, you sinned before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you ain't eat Thanksgiving, if you went by the following day just to get a plate heated up, you know, a lot of y'all wait after the next day. You come into UPK and be like, well, I ain't gonna eat on Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna just wait the following day. You still sin because that food is sacrificed to another God.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? I ain't allow my children to eat nothing. Like, you ain't eating no leftovers, nothing. You know, because the family members are slick. You know what I'm saying? Well, they can't can they just no, they can't do it.
So like, sir, like even parents, they'll also will cook Thanksgiving meals like the week of Thanksgiving.
Right.
They'll make like some sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Or
they gonna make your favorite.
You
understand? Go ahead.
That's a lot. So just what's saying you bring up every point. Like my auntie, like last year, she tried to buy me a Christmas gift at the beginning of December. Talking about, so it ain't for Christmas. I just want to buy you a gift.
Man, listen, the demon of the Esau holidays. I mean, they're not high holidays, but the demon of Esau's holidays is strong. They run concurrent. Thanksgiving. If you make it to Thanksgiving, then you got Christmas. You make it through that, then they got what? New Year's. Right? When how in the hell could the New Year be in the dead of winter? I just don't even understand.
Right.
It's the middle of winter, and they talking about the New Year. Read it again. Go ahead, yeah.
What this boy just said proves that he has a higher education than you could get in Yale, Harvard, anywhere, you know what I'm saying, any institution on this earth today, because what he just said was so well educated. It's one of the most educated things anybody could ever say. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just takes me back to that time when, you know what I'm saying, when you was battling this PhD chick, you know what I'm saying, and you told her the biggest education you can get on this planet is the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord.
Damn right.
And these men stood on this.
Damn right. Most times right. Read that last verse again, boy. What verse you at?
The end of verse 18.
Let's go. After this, we're gonna end this. Right? Let's go.
After him, they also brought the six, who being ready to die said, be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God.
Go ahead.
Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us.
Everybody understand? Read on.
But think not thou that takest in the hand to strive against God, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
That thou what?
Shall escape unpunished.
Who was that president that said he trembled for his nation?
Ronald Reagan, son.
No. But not Ronald Reagan. It was I'll bring it out. I forgot it now. That's why I teach y'all this shit, so I ain't got to remember this shit. Cause I want Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, I appreciate it. His brother been listening. All right. Thomas Jefferson said this, and you can Google it. He trembled. He said, if God up in heaven is just, he trembled for his nation. You understand? Because Thomas Jefferson understood, first of all, that white man knew that the people that they had in slavery was God's chosen people. That's number one. Number two, he knows that if there really is a God, then the people of the white people that live today, they're gonna have to get punished for what they fathers did.
Damn right.
You understand? Go ahead, award.
All I can say, that's just to let you know, Thomas Jefferson, he read Revelations 18. He said that. That's what he said.
Right, he read and Isaiah 14.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
But the mother was marvelous above all.
Now we get into the mother. Read that again.
But the mother was marvelous above all.
You see what the scripture tell you. She was marvelous even above the sons. Read.
And worthy of honorable memory.
And mention and what doing what?
Worthy of honorable memory.
Honorable memory. Go ahead.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she buried with a good courage.
She did what?
She buried with a good courage.
Most of you sisters know you can't see one baby die, let alone 7. One baby die, you're gonna go into a damn convulsion. You're gonna go into a coma if one of your kids die. This sister watched 7 sons die. And you know how black women feel about their sons. They love their sons. Now give these sisters a hand. You understand? This sister watched 7 of her babies die. And you understand? And this is why she has to be mentioned. Her name ain't in here. You know, it ain't about her name, but it's about what she did. Read.
Because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
Go ahead, let's hear the sister, what the sister had to say. Read.
Verse 21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
She did what?
Exhorted every one of them.
She the one that told them to die. Even though she hated to see her babies die, she the one that told them to die for the laws. This was a real sister here, man. This was one of them sisters like back in the days of the Black Panthers. You know, even though the Black Panthers was off like hell, but them sisters was down for their nation, man. You know what I'm saying? The brothers had their fros, the sisters had their big afros as well, holding up their fish. They understood and knew that if they was gonna be a part of a nation, they was gonna stand with their man. You understand? And that's how it goes. We came into slavery together, we're gonna leave out of slavery together. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of black women, they go and get a degree and they think that somehow now they are a part of white society. When the white man don't give a damn about you black women, man. You see what I'm saying? You a lot of black women, I hate to put it this way, you forget that you come out of a black penis.
Right.
You're black. You're Hispanic. You're Native American. Yo, that's the seed in which you come from. You better act like it. You ain't white. This ain't your kingdom. You walk around talking about you a fucking queen. How you gonna be a queen in a white woman's kingdom? Right. Tell me. Somebody help me with this. I want to know. You can't tell me. You understand? You talking about you the woman's live movement. You ain't a part of no woman's live movement. Let me stop, man. This drink got me fired up in here. You understand? Hey, Paul, whoever poured this cup, I appreciate you. Let's go.
Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
In the ancient Hebrew, man. Let's go.
Filled with courage. Filled with courageous spirit.
Filled with what?
Courageous spirit.
She had the Holy Spirit. Read.
And stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach.
What does that mean? Stirring up her womanly thoughts with a manly stomach. What does that mean, sis? Give her a hand. You understand? She don't want these boys to die, but she know that they got to die. You understand? That's what means womanly thoughts with her what? Manly stomach. You understand, yeah?
AKA her emotions.
Yeah, you understand? This sister had a hell of a father, I can guarantee you. She was raised by a hell of a father and had an amazing husband. Let's not forget that. That's how a woman become amazing. A woman become amazing by having what? An excellent father and an amazing husband. That's why when the father, you know what I'm saying, when a woman reaches a certain age, that's why the father gives his daughter away to a man that he deems like himself. You know, the father should pick, you know what I'm saying, who your husband be. He should be able to look at a brother and say, okay, this cat here is not a cow. You know what I'm saying? This cat right here went west. You understand? When my daughter get out of line, he gonna check my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And you brothers, you know your daughters, you know, shit, you know you little daughters you get. I got 5 daughters and they ain't beautiful and all that. They ain't angels. I cusses them out, bring them to tears and all. And why am I doing that? I'm preparing them for when they become a woman that they won't grow up and be a bitch. Everybody understand? Read.
She said unto them, I cannot tell how you came into my womb.
She said what?
I cannot tell how you came into my womb.
This sister here she was definitely not saying a black woman is God. She didn't believe she was God. She said she first off top. She said she can't even understand how you got in my womb. Read.
For I neither gave you breath nor life.
She did what?
Neither gave you breath nor life.
Read on.
Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
Neither was I what?
I that formed the members of every one of you.
This is hardcore here. Read on.
Khan. But doubtless the creator of the creator of the world who formed the generations of man and found out the beginnings of all things will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
Get a sister a hand, man. The mother of the seven brothers, you know what I'm saying, will always go down and be remembered. All right, let's go.
Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, Willis, the youngest.
Now this was the youngest. She's had 6 sons die. Now we down to the last son. This was the baby. This is a young boy here, right? Let's go.
Willis, the young one, was yet alive. Did not only exhort him by word.
Now this is the son. So if the king figured this, I didn't kill 6 of your sons. The son, he a young boy. You didn't see 6 of your older brothers die. Now you the baby. You the young one. So the king figured that he would assimilate to what the king wanted him to do. Let's find out. Go ahead.
But also him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his father.
You do what?
Turn from the laws of his father.
Listen, man, instead of you celebrating the Feast of Dedication, man, I want you to celebrate Christmas, man. I want you to prepare yourself for gifts. Read.
And that also he would take him for his friend.
He would what?
Take him for his friend.
That's another look like white man. You imagine a white man offering the kids candy is here. Them kids are sucker some money. Go ahead.
And trust him with affairs. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him.
Do you what?
But when the young man in no case would hearken unto him.
Yeah, you think your young son is something here. It's it, boy, here, young boy. You know what I'm saying? This is what a child's supposed to be. The young boy wasn't trying to hint. Read.
The king called his mother and exhorted her that she should counsel the young man to save his life.
Listen, man, it's your last son. Tell this boy here, I want to spare your youngest child. I want to spare this baby. You know what I'm saying? Tell him that he should do what I'm asking. Read.
And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him.
What verse you at?
Verse 26, sir.
Go ahead.
And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son.
She promised him what?
She would counsel her son.
She told Antiochus Epiphanes, okay, king, I'm going to go talk to him. Read.
But she bowed herself toward him, laughing that cruel tyrant to scorn.
She already knew that she was not going to tell her son to go eat no pork.
Right.
She in her head, she laughing. You understand? Read on.
Spake in her own country language on this manner. Oh, my son.
What?
Oh, my son. Have pity upon me.
What?
Have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb.
What verse you at?
Verse 27, sir.
Go ahead.
And gave thee such 3 years and nourished thee.
Read that part again.
And gave thee such 3 years.
Suck 3 years.
And gave thee suck 3 years and nourished thee and brought thee unto this age and endured the troubles of education.
And did what?
Endured the troubles of education.
What does that mean, endure the troubles of education? What does that mean? DA?
It's hard to train up kids.
Yeah. Give me more.
You got to teach them. You got to teach them through trial and through error. You just got to teach them how to do right from wrong. You know
Go on.
She didn't taught her son white history. in the same way how in the same way how we have the what they call it. She basically just didn't teach them like Christopher Columbus discovered America. She didn't teach them.
Right. Go ahead, boy.
It's like I said, you know, because we was under Greek rulership.
There you go.
She didn't change. She didn't teach them the Greek culture. She taught them to keep our customs.
You
got our laws.
They get a war in your hand. That's what it's talking about. Troubles of education, meaning whatever she taught these children, it was a death sentence if the wrong person found out. That's what the troubles of education means. You understand? Meaning what we teach every day in this school is opposite of what everybody in the earth is teaching. You understand? Even now, it ain't, you know, when your child get taught in here, it's opposite what they learning in the white man schools. You see what I'm saying? So when they learn something in here and then go try to bring it against what they being taught in the white man school is a problem. They may get laughed at by the other children. What? You are who? You are Israel? Can you imagine that? Here we are, we Israelites, but if a child go to their school and tell other black kids that they the real Jew, they're gonna suffer persecution for it. But some children got the courage that they're gonna do it. They're going to do it. All right, read.
Verse 28. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth and all that is therein, and consider that God made them things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise.
Go ahead.
Verse 29. For fear not this tormentor.
This is a bad sister here. Read it again.
Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death.
Do what?
Take thy death.
Be worthy of thy brothers and take thy death. Your brothers died honorable. You died like your brothers died. Read.
That I may receive thee again.
That I what?
May receive thee again.
Once again, our people understood that reincarnation is real. So it ain't like when you give your life that you ain't never coming back in the earth. You coming back in the earth. The Lord is going to bring you back in this. You're going to be back in this earth. She understood that. Her sons understood that. Read. Black people understood that. You understand? What does the Bible say? Even though we don't know the law, I'm paraphrasing, we like law unto ourselves. Meaning we keep our culture without knowing our culture, instinctively, right? Black people tell you all the time when they see a child that do something, what do they say? This boy been here before. Black people say that all the time. Now, once again, you wasn't raised, you know what I'm saying, about reincarnation, but instinctively, you know the way that this child act, this child been here before. Right. You know that. Right. Read.
Take thy death that I may receive thee.
Verse what?
Verse 29.
Go ahead.
Take thy death that I may receive thee again in the mercy with thy brethren.
Go ahead.
While she yet spake of these words.
While she what?
Yet spake of these words.
Now, mind you, she's speaking to the, while she's still speaking to the son. Read.
The young man said, whom wait ye for?
You read that? You got to read. Come on now.
Come
on now. You read that shit like we had to fucking read.
Wow. She yet speaking these words. The young man said, whom wait ye for?
Whom what?
Whom wait ye for?
His mother is talking. He cut his mother off from talking and said, what?
Whom wait ye for?
What the fuck are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Read.
I will not obey the king's commandment.
I will what?
I will not obey the king's commandment.
It's a young boy. A lot of you men ain't got the courage to do what this baby did, man. Understand that. Read.
But I will obey the commandment of the law.
I will do what?
Obey the commandment of the law.
Read on.
That was given unto our fathers.
That was what?
That was given unto our fathers. By Moses.
By who?
By Moses.
Read on.
And thou that has been the author of all mischief.
And thou that what?
Has been the author of all mischief.
You've been the author of all mischief. Read.
Against the Hebrews.
Against the who?
Against the Hebrews.
Against the who?
Against the
Hebrews.
Hebrews.
The Hebrews, Native Americans, Hispanics, so-called Negroes. Right. Read.
Shall not escape the hands of God.
You shall what?
Shall not escape the hands of God.
You ain't going to escape the hands of the Most High. Read on.
For we suffer because of our sin.
We do what?
We suffer because of our sin.
Everybody, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians should understand that. Get the Most High hand.
Yeah.
we in the position we in the ghettos dying and on the bottom because of what we do. You understand? Not because we are people that's just meant to be on the bottom. You on the reservations dying because you sinning against the Most High. Right. You in the ghettos dying because you sin against the Most High. Right. We in the prisons locked up by a number and half, and this is what you better know. Half of the men, I would even say even maybe 70% of Black Hispanic men that's locked up in prison right now is locked up for a crime that they didn't even do. So what is shit that should tell you? Your God is against you, man. You living under a curse. You living under a curse. You are like under a dark cloud. Wherever you move, the cloud move. Could you imagine that? Wherever you try to run, it's raining. You got a big dark cloud over you. Whatever you move, the cloud go. You trying to make moves and all that. The cloud still chases you. That's your life here in America. Right. Wherever you move, the cloud moves. You could. What does that mean? You could be a young black boy that ain't did nothing. You saluted the flag when you came up. Celebrated every holiday. You were what we consider a good nigga. Guess what? If a black man commit a crime and the police roll down the street and see you, nigga, you going to jail for life. That's right. That should go to tell you that you linked to your own people. Yeah, seeing that you linked to your own people, you might as well fight. That's right. That's right. You might as well hate America like we hate America. Yeah, right. You might as well wait on a nigga like Christ to return, like we waiting on Christ to return. Because you Christians, I like to ask you, how the hell you plan on getting up out of slavery? I would like to know. Tons, you gonna be like the niggas. What was the movement called? Not fucking around coalition. Yeah. Imagine that, Juan. They was looking strong too, didn't they? You know what I'm saying? And no nigga, say it again.
Not fucking around.
Coalition. We can't even, brothers can't even say it. The not fucking around coalition. Niggas in Kentucky, 100 niggas with guns. And listen, one of them shot one another while they was out there. Pow! Nigga, I'll whoop you. I ain't gonna lie. You shot me. I'm just standing here. You shot me. Go ahead.
Like when Farrakhan said,
stop. Justice or else. Farrakhan went out there in DC. Justice or else. What's gonna be your problem? Black people ain't got. Since he said that, it had been like 10 cases of black people getting murdered by cops. We still wait. There is no else. He needed money to build up the mosque. That's when you roll over there. What's the street?
73rd Stone.
You're right, 73rd Stone. That mosque look pretty and nice and good. You niggas that went to that mosque, you paid for it. You paid for that, man. You paid for Farrakhan to get the medicine he need to even still be alive right now. You understand that?
Like I said, and the NFAC, the Not Effing Around Coalition, in October, the leader, Grandmaster Jay, got arrested and indicted.
God damn it. Grandmaster who?
His name is Grandmaster Flash. Yeah, it's time, sir.
I got some more water. So now in 2021, Kawan, we supposed to follow a nigga that named Grandmaster Flash. Go ahead.
These things are needed to be said anyway. To show like who the real leaders are.
Damn right. I know who the real leaders are. You know what I'm saying? The men in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Under Commander General Young.
That's right.
It ain't like you gonna be stopped. Listen, we go out on the street corners of America with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and challenge all the people that's scholars. You realize these is niggas from the ghetto, man. These niggas ain't got no degree. Well, some of them might have had a degree. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But most of these niggas here, you know what I'm saying, they working, regular 9-to-5 jobs. They working in warehouses. These guys is former drug dealers. A lot of them is murderers. They didn't murder people. They ain't gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys you sitting over here, they didn't murder people, man. These is regular guys. You see what I'm saying? And this is who the Lord chose to raise up your nation. Now, we go on the street corners of America and challenge anybody to bring their knowledge. And I've been in the truth 11 years and ain't took a loss yet.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to take the L. We don't take losses in the UPK.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? This is 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We welcome to you to bring your knowledge so you can get crushed, man.
That's right.
Everybody understand? Let's go.
Colonel Khan. And though the living God be angry with us for a little while,
the Lord angry with us for a moment. That's how a good father does. A good father may be angry at his child for a moment of time, but he does love his child. He does want to be at one with his child, right? That's important to know, because even though we suffered 400 years of slavery, the Most High Power, he does want to be at one with his people again. Read.
For our chastening and correction.
For our chastising. Read.
Yet shall he be one again with his servants.
Yet shall he what?
Be one again with his servants.
Everybody understand that. Read on.
But thou, O godless man.
Oh what?
O godless man.
The white man shouldn't be teaching nobody about God. Right. Yeah, everybody understand? God. Ain't a piece of God in the white man. Everything that white people have achieved is from rape, robbing, and stealing. Read. Right.
And of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause.
Now, y'all understand, this is a young boy right here, man. Yeah, this like a child, a Ramawan's son age. Where your son at, Ramawan? Stand up, boy. Stand up. Y'all give him a hand. This is a young soldier right here. Hey, this might be him we read about for all we know. A Ramawan, that means how many sons you got? So that means you gotta go make 6 more if you know what I'm saying. Sis, look at sis, look back at it. Sis like, I don't know about all that. Go ahead.
But thou, O godless man, and of all the other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hope, lifting up thy hand against the servants of God.
Against the what?
Servants of God.
Read on.
For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty.
Read on.
Who seeth all things. For our brethren, who now have suffered a short pain, are dead under God's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of God, shall receive just punishment for thy pride.
One day, let me sum it up for you. One day, our oppressors, the so-called Europeans, white, whatever you would like to call them, one day they're gonna receive punishments for what they done. That's just the bottom line. And when I say punishments, I mean all of their people. You know what I'm saying? Old white women, babies that's just born, they going into slavery. That's right. Where they rightfully belong. And then you might say, well, they ain't had nothing to do with it. But they benefiting off of what their fathers done. Right. And if you benefit off of murder or a thief, you know, even the Bible says if they return the pledge, they won't get punished. But you can't steal a land, steal a people, and then don't give. Black people ain't even receive reparations. You're the only people that ever suffered slavery and didn't receive reparations for what didn't happen to you. And guess what? You ain't getting no reparations. So you should stop asking. Right. Get my point? They own another people's land. This land does not belong to the so-called white man. Right. This land belongs to the North American Indians, and they have to get it back. That's right. You understand? You think about that next time you sitting out eating that turkey with that turkey man. You think about that next time you sitting there, you understand, eating that cranberry sauce. You think about it. You understand why you sitting there, and what it truly means. Read on now.
But verse 37.
Go ahead.
But I, as my brethren.
I, as my what?
My brethren.
Go ahead.
Offer up my body.
Offer up my what?
My body.
Go ahead.
And life. For the laws of our fathers. Beseeching God that he will speedily be merciful unto our nation.
That's right.
And that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God.
What verse you at?
Verse 37.
Go ahead, bro.
Hello. And that in me and my brother.
Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna call you right back. Okay. Go ahead.
And that me and my brethren and the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon our nation, may cease. There the king, being enraged, handed him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord.
That's right.
Last of all, after the sons, the mother died.
Last of all, what?
Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feasts and the extreme tortures.
Most High Christ. That concludes, you understand, the feast of dedication. Well, who's the guard? Yeah, you do it.
Men of Israel, Amadu. Amadu Shabbat. Amadu. Barak. That's my tongue. Saw me turning the face sister. Amadu was his back. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat. Amadu. Barak. That's my tongue. Dismiss.